listened to this album a couple of times now, and I can genuinely say that this has left me very confused, and that's with each and every listen. Hey everyone, welcome back to Music Mania. I'm your host Christina, and today we are back in with a brand new video. Alright guys, so I am finally back with reviews. I know. I've been slacking. I know. You can literally call me out in the comments if you feel like you need to. I know. The last time I did a full album review was, I believe, for the Youngblood self-titled album, which came out maybe 2 to 3 months ago now. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. And even for those who don't even know, I actually had originally started out doing album reviews. I didn't even start doing like music video reactions until like a little bit later on going down the line in the channel. But the reactions and stuff, those take a significant less amount of time to edit and just do in general. So, especially with me working outside of YouTube right now, it's really a lot. I know it's really been slacking, and just sitting down and listening to an album and then like mapping out, every single song that I'm going to talk about, it's become a lot. So that's kind of why I stopped doing album reviews for a little bit. But I'm going to try a little bit of a different approach here and see if any of you guys actually like it or watch it. And if you do like it or watch it, then I'll probably start doing a little bit more. So I think what I'm going to do from now on for album reviews is that I'm gonna clump maybe 2 or 3 albums a video together, and I'm just gonna review them all in a more shorter format. That way I could still get my point across, but not go on for as long and edit for so long as as much as I do, because I edit and shoot my own videos. Like I do everything all by myself. So it's just to give me a little bit more time and just time to edit the videos and really just get everything together. So for this video, I'm going to be reviewing Joji's Smithereens album and Palaye Royale's newest album called Fever Dream. Now, both of these artists, I was really, really excited to see their albums come out. I do feel like it has been a while coming, especially for both of these artists. But yeah, I've listened to these albums a couple of times now through and through, and I do have quite a bit to say about it. So I will get started on it pretty soon after this message that I do want to say really quick. A little disclaimer here. If your feelings get hurt very easily by anything negative I have to say, I don't say anything from ever. I don't really say anything ever from a malicious standpoint. But if your feelings get very hurt if I say something like, oh, I don't like one song and I don't think it sounds good, then I believe honestly it's really best for you to just click off this video, because I will be saying my honest thoughts. I know a lot of people do appreciate that I do say my honest thoughts, which definitely thank you guys so much for that. But if you're too sensitive to anyone else's opinion other than yours, then I definitely suggest that even click off this channel or even just any of my videos in general, because that's not how I do things around here. I say what my opinion is and I keep it moving. So respectfully, please click off if you are just so sensitive to your favorite artist that you have to defend them all the time, okay? Alright, so yeah, let's get the video started. I hope you guys enjoy, and let's just get on with the video. Alright, so up first, I'm gonna be reviewing Joji's newest album called Smithereens. Now, every single time I make a video about Joji, his fans are always coming through in the comment section, so, I'm sure it's gonna be the same exact thing here. So, hello, if you've already seen a video of mine, welcome back. Yeah, I'm gonna have a little bit to talk about with this album, because there is a little bit to dive into here. Okay, so let's start off with this, right? I've listened to this album a couple of times now, and I can genuinely say that this has left me very confused, and that's with each and every listen. I don't know what it is. I don't know whether these tracks were just rushed in and submitted to the label, and the label is just like, you know what, fuck it, whatever. Or if this was rushed and they just put out basically whatever they could get because, Joji hasn't released music in a while. I'm not entirely sure, what happened with that communication there, or, the thought process behind this. But I've just been left very confused after listening to this album. Now, I will say, Glimpse of Us and Die For You are by far the two best tracks on this album by a long shot. I also did react to Yukon Interlude as well. I do like that song too. It's not my personal favorite of Joji's, but I can see, I see like how it's on here, and it's a very passable Joji track. I'll give it that. So other than the singles, every other song, I felt like there could have been, I don't know, a lot more done to it. I mean, you had songs like Feeling Like the End, Night Rider, 1 a.m. Freestyle. I believe all of those songs should have been longer for what they were. And those are all the songs that were under 2 minutes long. I mean, Feeling Like the End, that song has, great, that has a great beat. And also, Joji has a really nice voice suited for that type of song. So I was really getting into that before I knew it. That song was done. Night Rider came on. I actually do like when Joji goes a little bit more trap. So of course, like I literally I was gagged a little bit when I started hearing the beat of that song. But then just about at 2 minutes, the song is already over. I feel like he could have done a lot more at that song. And then we also have 1 a.m. Freestyle, which also again with he had very nice vocals in that song too. It's not an actual freestyle. I mean, it's literally I think just a figure of speech in Joji's world because there's 7 writers on that song. But even still, his the harmonies especially and just the vocal ability on that song sounded super super nice. And I don't understand why they couldn't have gone the extra mile to maybe make at least, another minute or two and make all of those songs a lot longer than what they actually are. I was just a little bit disappointed by that. So the only song in here that I feel, very in the middle about is Blah 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 Demo. That song I feel like is a very okay song. I really do like the acoustic guitars in the beginning, and I do like Joji's voice in that style. But then, that beat switch came along, and I was like, it's okay. Like, it's not, did I feel like it was personally needed? Probably not. But, I'm sure there had to be a reason behind that. I mean, I don't know. I feel like that song is a very okay song. All right, and now I'm about to get to the tracks that I'm not too good with. Like I said, this is all my personal opinion, so you can get off if you're sensitive about anyone else's opinions. And so now I'll say in three, two, one. Before the Day Is Over and Dissolve, I did not like the songs. Sorry, not sorry. I believe that for Before the Day Is Over, I think that song should have been cut down. I did not feel like it had to be almost 4 minutes long, and that's probably the second longest track on this album compared to Glimpse of Us. I believe that's the longest song on here. Um, well, I feel like that song could have been shortened. I don't know. I personally did not like I kind of got bored with it after a while. I don't know. I think that's the perfect way to describe it. It was just very much like meh. Like I did not care for it whatsoever. And then you have Dissolve as well. Now the Counting Sheep line, I do think that part is pretty clever. Like I believe that's in the chorus part of the song. But after that, like the auto-tune, I mean this song also had an acoustic guitar too, but like I feel like the song like really did not need the auto-tune that came with it. I auto-tune can be done correctly, especially in very specific circumstances, but I feel like this song like definitely did not need all of that. So that's kind of why I have to not, I can't really see myself listening to this at that point. Now, overall, lyrically, this definitely has, themes of heartbreak. It's mostly heartbreak and getting over an ex or, somebody that you used to love. That's really the main entire theme around this album. It's pretty much almost every single song that you hear that theme on. So it's cohesive in that way. But everything else, like song-wise specifically, it just I don't know. It feels very all over the place. Now, from what I've been hearing, apparently, because I've been looking up online, apparently this album is actually supposed to be allegedly, I'll use allegedly because we actually do not have any idea, but allegedly, this is supposed to just be kind of like a cop-out album for Joji. I believe he's trying to get out of his 88 Rising contract, so he put out this album to, to kind of help it move along, I guess you could say. Now, like I said, I don't know if those claims are true or not, but I'm kind of hoping that's not what this is because I would think as an artist you would try to actually put out some good work, but then again, you don't really know what's going on behind the scenes. So it really could be anything, but at this point, I that's pretty much all I have to say about this album. So with that, I'll have to give it somewhere maybe about uh, an easy 6 out of 10, maybe. I think that's the highest I think I can go. I think it's a 6 out of 10 for sure. I'll put my rankings up on the song, probably somewhere up over here, like I normally do with other album reviews. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I have to say about that. Overall, just a very confusing album in general. I hope everything is okay with Joji. Um, I mean, who knows? I sincerely hope he's doing okay, and I hope everything gets sorted out. But this project is honestly, I mean, even with his other albums, it's definitely not his strongest at all whatsoever. So yeah, let's see what happens this time around with this album, and I mean, who really knows what's gonna happen within the next couple of months to year, maybe with this contract, who knows? Okay, so last but certainly not least, I will be reviewing Palaye Royale's newest album called Fever Dream, and boy, was this album a roller coaster, a good one at that. So I've been with Palaye since about 2018. That's like the first time I saw them live or ever just perform in general. It was at a Warp Tour actually, the 2018 Warp Tour that I saw them perform at first. But ever since then, they have grown so much as a band. Even just in terms of literally everything. Now, I'm gonna probably put up my ranking, over here on the side. Sometimes I do say that there are certain albums that are really hard to rank, but by God, I think this album for sure was the hardest for me to rank. I think ever on my channel. Like it's literally every single song on here has like some type of good quality or qualities to it that just add to how much Palaye has grown and how good that they sound now. Now we have tracks like No Love in LA, Fever Dream, King of the Dam, Off with the Head. Those are all fantastic songs. Like, I remember listening to King of the Damned and Off with the Head because I have done I did a reaction to Fever Dream, and I also did I for me No Love in LA is probably one of my top 3 songs of theirs now. I just have a special connection with that song because that's actually one of the very first songs technically I reacted to when I started off my channel. It actually came out the very same day I started my channel. That was actually one of the first videos I watched. I think I have that live stream up somewhere. Yeah, I literally started off with the live stream. It's crazy. It is crazy how far we've gone here. That's literally wild. So I have a special place in my heart for that song. So, of course I love No Love in LA. That's like literally top 3 favorite Palaye songs. But Fever Dream is an incredible song. Like Palaye is one of the only bands that I can genuinely say that they can keep me hooked on a 5-minute song because normally I don't really vibe too much with like super long songs, especially if they're 4, 5, 6 minutes long. So the fact that they are able to entertain me for even that long, that's just a gift in itself, really. So yeah, of course I love Fever Dream. King of the Damned, that song, ooh, that's really like one of their more hyped up songs. I hope that they perform that song on tour. And even Off with the Head, that song gets you hyped too. I mean, those are like the Open Up the Pit songs. Yeah, those songs are just genuinely incredible. Like it really, like I say, in terms of how their songwriting and just their abilities in general, all the members, they really have shown their growth with this one. And now even songs that are middle tier for me personally. I mean, like I said, this honestly was like incredibly hard for me to rank. And these rankings too can honestly change at any time that I feel like, I connect with more one song than another at any point. But like the middle tier songs for me, like Punching Bag, Eternal Life, Lifeless Stars, Broken, Oblivion, those are all incredible songs too. Punching Bag, I feel like it's a very underrated song of Palaye's. Not a lot of people talk about that song a lot. That also came out the same day that I started up my channel too. But yeah, I don't know, the beat of that song, or just how it's played in general, that's like really the driving point of that song, and even Remington's vocals too. And can I just say too, Remington's vocals on this entire album like fully snapped. Like, I've always known he's been that guy. A lot of other people have known he's been that guy, but like, he has really shown, I say this in all my Palaye videos, he has really shown why he is one of the best rock vocalists out in the game right now. Like, he you really tell he could put his all into this entire album. But yeah, you have songs like Punching Bag, you have Eternal Life, which was a great opener. Yeah, I really do like, as soon as the intro of that song took place and then it goes straight into the actual song. Yeah, that song is a very great opener to begin with. And then you have songs like Lifeless Stars, that talks about believing in yourself. I actually do really like the message. I think for me personally, what sold that song for me was just the message behind it, because that's honestly something that I've struggled with in the past. So, yeah, I really do like that song. Broken, that song has been out for so long now. I really do like that song too. I personally don't come back to it sometimes, but on the times that I do listen to it, I don't skip it. So there's that. Remington puts a lot of emotion behind this song. I feel like this is probably the most emotion he gives off. Even with Paranoid too, he does do a lot with that song as well. And I'll get on with that song in a minute, but Broken, that's a really good one. Oblivion, okay, see, another type of song I don't really vibe with too much are ballads, right? But there are some bands that can do it so well, and Palaye is actually one of them. You can't tell me that, Oblivion is beautiful. I mean, I know I have it lower tier on here, but like I said, it's literally so hard to rank this entire album. Oblivion is such a beautiful ballad, and that's also another song that's 5 minutes. So on top of that, for me, you have a 5 minute long song, and you also have a ballad, right? So two things I don't really vibe with too well, but whether it was the incredible vocal performance or just the production on this, I don't know, it's like a lot of things with that song, but that song is so beautiful. Like, I personally really enjoyed that. And now we get to the lower tier songs. Now, in my personal opinion, they're not lower tier in my mind. They're just lower tier on this ranking. Wasted Sorrow is a good one. I could see that song being definitely like a movie or something. It just has like that feel to it. It's very upbeatish. I think that's like really the only way I could describe it. And then you have Paranoid. That song has been out for a while. But I feel like personally with Paranoid, it's one of the weaker singles, and I'm just saying that only because there's so many good things on this album. So I just had to put it, further below everything else. But I still really do like that song. It's really catchy, especially the chorus. Remington does so well in that. And then Line It Up with LP. That song is okay with me. I personally see myself coming back to it here and there, but I'm not like the biggest fan of it. Maybe I just have to get used to it a little bit more, but it's a very like hit or miss song for me. Toxic in You. I do like that song. I think it's an okay song. It's not Palaye's best. I do listen to it every now and then, but I don't see myself coming back around to it. But this is also very upbeat. It's more like a pop punk-ish type of sound. But just compared with the rest of the stuff that we have on here, it's just a little bit lower on the list here. And I just have to say, before I end this review off, the production overall on this album is like literally fantastic. I believe that most of this was produced with Chris Rietti. He does a lot of artists that I personally listen to, so I knew, of course, this man was gonna snap on, every single one of these songs. So yeah, there was that. I'm not really surprised with that. Sebastian, I know has a couple of guitar solos in a lot of these songs. He does incredible too in these. Emerson too, the drum work going on behind there, literally sounds incredible as well. So just a job well done all around with everybody involved. So with all that being said, I'm gonna give this album, you know what? I could personally see this being a 9.5 out of 10. It's very, very close to a perfect score, but only time will tell. I usually don't give albums a lot of tens, only because I have to let it feel itself out for a couple of years. Maybe in a couple of years back, I could come back around and be like, yeah, this is definitely a 10 out of 10 album, but I can feel very confident in saying that this is definitely a 9.5 out of 10. Alright guys, that is it today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like this video and also make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. I appreciate it so, so much. Also, check out all my social media accounts. I'll have them up on the screen for you to definitely go follow and check out. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know if you guys like this style more because I'll definitely do more of these if you like them. But yes, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching and I'll see you maniacs in the next video. Bye!